What up? Y'all come on in and dust your feet off. Dust your feet off, man. Show some respect. Take your shoes off at the door. I'm just in here eating some grapes and shit. Some healthy shit. Drinking water. Trying to live that healthy lifestyle. But let's get right into it. Y'all know how women always be like, give us something to submit to. Well, I think like, give us something to lead. Give us something to protect. Give us something to provide for. I mean, think about it. You got this culture of women who want to, get BBLs and tummy tucks and afraid of that gym, afraid of that work, but want the results of a person that go to the gym. They'll get the surgery. That's cheating. But they want a man that will put up with that type of mentality and behavior and accept them for who they are. But in reality, you're lazy. You want a man to accept a lazy woman. But you don't want no lazy man. You don't want no man that don't make less than 6 figures. You don't want no man that's a cheater, that is flirtatious with other women. You want the type of nigga you can control. That would make him a doll or like a male Barbie. That would make him Ken. Because in reality, in the real world, you're not going to be able to control a man. The best you can do is find a man that will humble himself to a real woman. But a man is not supposed to submit to a wife, or a husband isn't supposed to submit to his wife. Now, you have a lot of people who take it as if they're using biblical context, or some of their rules and traditions are from the biblical context, when the majority of people out here aren't Christian. The majority of people out here ain't religious. You get what I'm saying? But you have women who want to live by something that they don't even agree with. Because if you was living by the word, it wouldn't take for me to be anything for you to submit to me as your husband. All it would take is for you to be chose and provided for. It wouldn't take all that extra stuff. I think what happened is men allow women to start putting stipulations on getting sex. Because that's really all the nigga wanted in the first place. It's some sex. If that sex ain't good, a nigga don't really want nothing else from you. I'm just be honest. Most men, I think would probably be honest about that. If you was to ask that man, if my sex was whack, would you still be with me? Just ask your man that and see what he say. The answer is hell no. I don't care what a woman brings to the table. If you have bad sex, I don't want you. If you can't take my mind off of this world, off of everything I got going on, off of the stress, off of my job, off of these kids, off of that, with incredible sex and intimacy, I don't want you. You know? I just really look at it in a way like, I don't have expectations for a woman. I come in open-minded, and I just go with the flow. Anything that happens natural, it just happens. I ain't tripping on what didn't happen. I ain't forcing you into no situations. No always is gonna mean no. If I even sense a woman being uncomfortable around me, I'm gonna change the subject. And if it's awkward, and if it's like getting to a point where it's too awkward, I'm gone. I done left a female in the restaurant. I done left a female in the hotel room. I done pulled up and got to chopping it up with a female in front of her crib. And it got so awkward that I made her go right back inside the house. Because at the end of the day, a relationship, it don't have to, it's not hard work. You know what I'm saying? It's only hard work once y'all get into a relationship. But starting to get to know somebody shouldn't be hard. That's natural. There's certain questions you should ask. There's certain things you should see. So that means y'all got to spend time together. The best thing you can do is spend time together. Now, the thing about this new age dating stuff, people ain't trying to spend time together. And now you got to pay for a female time. I'm the last nigga that's about to pay a bitch for some time. That's like paying a prostitute for some sex. If I'm going to pay for your time, then I might as well pay for your sex. See? That's why I can't do either one of those. Because it contradicts what I stand for. If I'm going to pay you for your time, or pay you to talk to me, or pay you anything, or buy this for you, or buy this, like the other day, I'm on Instagram. Now, I follow female boutiques, designers, makeup artists, lasticians, whatever you want to call them. I follow all of them, especially black owned. From here to Atlanta, to Texas, to Cali, all to New York, all over. But I seen some shit to where on just my helping market and promote shit for the black community, I sent a few ladies an outfit that would look good on them. Now, a few of them understood exactly where I was going with it. So what they did is, ooh, this cute. Or the natural comment was, ooh, this cute. Or, ooh, I look so good in this. But that was the point. You know, it was kind of like just complimenting the person and doing a little flirting at the same time. You get what I'm saying? But not on no where I'm trying to holler at you or get your attention. It's more of just, you know, an interaction. You know what I'm saying? A peaceful interaction. So, a couple of the females, like I say, they understood what I was doing. The other two females was on some buy me this shit type shit. Now, my thing is, I ain't snap, but I kindly let them know I ain't no trick ass nigga. Like, basically, all I was trying to do is put you up on, okay, I know you be on Instagram. I know y'all be on fashion. I know y'all be trying to be up on the latest this and the latest that. You know, I know that from what I see on your Instagram page. So, I'm basically calling myself, you know, trying to put you up onto something that I felt would look good on you. Now, that backfired. All because I'm not a beta male scent mangina. first of all. And I ain't tender for no female. If I'm showing you something, that's like, I could take a female out on a date. I don't gotta hit that motherfucker. We ain't gotta talk no more after that. I could possibly just wanna, go somewhere, and you just so happen to be the only person that, at the time, I can get in touch with. Or just somebody I might wanna just take to see just how you are. Just to get to know who you is on some developing a network type of thing. But how do you develop a network or network with different people, especially women, when they guards be so goddamn high? It's like you can't even compliment a female now without them being insulted. Like, I want to know, when did a compliment turn into an insult? Because, like I said, my whole intent was just to put you up on some new shit. That ended up me being weird because I ain't no trick ass nigga. But to me, the weird part was you wanting somebody that you don't even know, that you obviously want to know because you all up in my story. And unless you just making a mistake every now and again, it looked like you looking for something. And me being the person that's over my profile, I'm noticing who on me. So yeah, I'm going to basically test the waters and see what's going on out there, because a lot of them accounts on Instagram be hackers, man, and scammers. And them people don't be real. So it's just, my thing is just interacting with the people who I fuck with and figuring out who I can network with, who real or not, who could possibly be a friend, who could possibly be a business partner. It's just a conversation. It's just talk, right? But like I say, how do you build that network when you deal with women who feel like the only way I'm going to submit to a man is if he leads? You have to see, I'm going to describe the delusion. How do you, as a woman, submit to a man's leadership if you're not giving a man the ability to lead you in the first place? How would you know if he had a leadership quality? How would you know his earning potential? How would you know anything about him unless you give him a chance? Now, here's the crazy part and the delusion part. They won't give the man that's basically genuinely trying to establish a friendship. They won't give him the time of day. But they will give the no good niggas the time of day and then complain about all niggas being like them. When like I say, that's the crazy part to me. It's like, you got these guys that's always on you, always complimenting you, always giving you, encouragement, but you taking that encouragement and twisting it into something else because you don't want that encouragement or inspiration from him or motivation from him. You want it from somebody who don't even give a fuck about you, who ain't even thinking about you. And if he is, he only thinking to hit that motherfucker and then I'm gone. Because, like I said in the original topic, what do you have that's worth me protecting, providing for, and leading? What do you have that's worth my leadership? What do you have that's worth me laying down my life to protect you if anything ever was to happen in the event that we're together? We in the house together. Motherfucker come in this bitch to, do whatever. As a woman, you want a man there to protect you. But my thing is, you only want a man for that moment, but after that, it's like, okay, now back to my reality instead of the norm or the normal reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's the selectiveness about a woman. That's the double standards. That's the one-sidedness when it comes to some women. Like I say, don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to identify all women as the women I'm talking about. I'm just speaking in general. You know, to try to make everything so specific and categorized as I'm talking to y'all, I will be going into, you know, that's kind of extra. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of guy. I'm cut dry, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bullshitter. I wasn't raised by bullshitters. I wasn't raised by people who played games. I wasn't raised by, you know, unwise people either, you know? So that's why, you know, while he may be getting used and abused by her, I could never be him. I could never be the guy who, you know, I'm going to pay for her time. I'm going to pay for her drink. I'm going to pay for her food. I'm going to pay to take her on a date. I'm going to spend all this money on a date. I'm going to do all these things with the intentions of getting her or getting her to like me more, or even getting sex from her. Whatever the expectations these guys be having. But my thing is, I don't go into it like that. So I don't end up feeling any type of way at the end. I don't feel like anything. Like I say, a lot of the times I'm staying out of my feelings, because to get in those feelings is one thing that when you dealing with a woman, it's like if I allow what those women to tell me about me being weird because I ain't want to trick, or I ain't no trick ass nigga, if I allow what they said me as, you know, as being weird to get to my feelings or my emotions, then I will feel some type of way. But I don't feel no type of way because, bitch, I didn't expect nothing from you in the first place. But maybe a thank you, or, you know, some gratitude, something that costs nothing. You know what I mean? You want me to buy something, but what I'm expecting from you costs nothing. See, that's where the separate or the divide is between a lot of men and women now. Men, if anything, we expect sex. That's what we expect. Now, we already living with women who don't cook, who don't have a sense of responsibility when it comes to running a family and a household. Like, running a household was a job for women back in the day, but they took pride in running a house. Houses were clean. Just think about a woman now. You go over a lot of women houses now, they house don't even be clean. But my thing is, you ain't working hard, nowhere near as hard as some of these women that I grew up watching go to work all day, have a clean house, but their house could be full of people. All my, you know, relatives could be there, but the house still clean. And that person that was over the house ran the house, did her job, came home, did her job at home, never complained about it, you know. But at the same time, you have these women now who complain about everything, and they do less than the women of yesteryear. So that's why I say, what are we providing for? What are we, you know, chasing? Are we chasing this illusion of the perfect woman? What are we chasing when it comes to these women now, man? Because I know personally, when it comes to me, all a woman can give me is some sex. Anything else that I want, it'll come to me, but then I'll ask you for what I want. But initially, all I want is sex. I don't want you to come in and help me emotionally. I don't have emotional baggage. I don't have nothing that's tying me down emotionally. The only time I'm, you know, like I say, in a vulnerable state is when dealing with a woman. So that's why a lot of times I don't deal with women, man. They will put you in a vulnerable state. They'll put you in your feelings. They'll put you on this emotional roller coaster with them. Next thing you know, you confused. And you don't even know why you confused or in your feelings or going through something. Man, have you ever just seen a man just start crying for no reason? Like, let me tell y'all this story, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all who the cat was, but I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Okay, it was a couple years ago, we at Vets hooping. We go every Sunday and hoop, man. This guy come up there. His whole windshield is busted out. Down there, every window in his car is busted out. Glass all over his seats. It's glass on his body, on his shirt. It's glass everywhere. This nigga bleeding and everything. This nigga up there crying to us, other men, about some shit his baby mama did to him. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, man? Like, this nigga done let this girl fuck his car up that he provided for them. This nigga didn't let her, like, embarrass him, humiliate him publicly. He up here with a whole window, like, it looked like she took him and threw him through his own window on his windshield on the car. This nigga was fucked up. He had glass in him. He was sitting on glass. It was, man, the shit was crazy. But at the same time, this nigga was trying to figure out a way to resolve this situation with her, when it was obvious that she ain't want to be with this dude. She ain't have no respect for him. It had been over. But my thing is, why are you still trying to provide for her? Why are you still trying to, protect this woman? Why are you still up here trying to stick up for this woman, nigga, when you got blood streaming from your back because it's glass cutting up your back from your seats, nigga? She obviously didn't give a fuck about you. Why do you still care about her so much? And it goes back to the topic earlier, what I talk about. Why we don't question our women enough? Is it because we don't want to end up getting through our windshield like homeboy looked like he had been through? Because if that's the type of shit you got to go through, why do you need a woman in the first place, man? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of guy, like I say, that just... I'm not going to allow you to be on some bullshit if you on some bullshit. You can't bullshit me, because it's a lot of bullshit out here, man. And that's what they sell you. And they expect you to just buy into that shit and it be good. And we all comfortable with that shit. But I'm just not a bullshit buyer, man. I really support the marriages that work. I really support the relationships that work. I have nothing against real strong black women, white women, Mexican women, all women. I have nothing against women. What I have a problem with is the bitches and hoes who think that there are, like, they think they deserve the same amount of respect from men that a real woman should get. That's where it's like, no, you don't. You don't deserve that respect. And it's the same as if a man felt he deserved the respect of a man who go to work every day and put that work in to take care of his family, but you don't do shit but wait on your girl to come home from work to dive in her purse. It's like, you don't deserve the same amount of respect as that man that put that work in, man. Like, you don't. But at least with a man, he can be told that. When it comes to a woman don't want to hear that shit. When Martin said that you can't handle the truth, that shit wasn't, like, to me, that used to be funny as hell. But once you get older and realize with dealing with women that it ain't the truth that's going to set you free with a woman. It's knowing how to manage your emotions around them, man. Because you can get a woman to open up and tell you a whole bunch of shit about herself if you can control your emotions. If she tell you how many niggas she slept with. If she tell you what type of female she really is and what she really like. And you allow your emotions to react in any type of way, her intuition is going to shut her the fuck up. Because she don't want to be looked down upon. She don't want to be looked at as wrong. And Kevin Samuels, in his sign language shit that he used to talk about the need to be right. A woman has that need to always be right. And when she's wrong, that's crushing to her. So when you got a man who's always going to crush her with the truth, she'd rather have a nigga that lied to her all the time and make it sound good. That's why they end up fucking with them niggas who they end up saying that ain't shit and he did this and he cheated and he slept with her and he did this. Yeah. But you originally chose him. You wanted him because of what he told you. You didn't want the guy that told you you was beautiful. You wanted the guy that never told you was beautiful. You wanted the guy that wasn't paying no attention to you. When the guy you should have been listening to, you ignored him. So you got what you deserve. And that's the problem. They be feeling like they deserve more than that. You get what you deserve, but you still deserve more than what you work for. It's like going to school. You go to school and you tell the teacher at the end of the semester, man, I deserve all A's. But you ain't did no homework. I gave you an assignment every day to do. I gave you all the answers in class. You didn't do the work. That's the same thing when it comes to majority of these women. They never ask the teacher, who is the person, like a woman is learning from the man. So as I'm learning my man, I'm asking him, what do you like? What don't you like? I'm learning this man in a way that you will learn in school. And as you can see, in school, you're awarded with good grades, awards, certificates, stickers, candy, pizza parties. You're awarded by doing good. Regardless of how this math test made you feel, regardless of how this science test made you feel, regardless of the work you had to put in all semester. What we're waiting for is the end results of that semester. How did you do? Sometimes, I remember being in school, sometimes I go in full-fledged trying to get all A's. And then as soon as, you get that one assignment that's kind of trying, you be like, man, shit, I'm going to just get this done, but I don't really care about, you know what I'm saying? That's the same attitude that these women have. That's the same attitude that we have to deal with, man. It's like we can give you this lackluster performance. We don't have to ask you what you want. We just got to give you what we think you want. Then after that, if we are not good, that ain't our fault. But it is. Because accountability goes a long way, man. Being accountable for the fact that you're the type of person that's a half-asser. You're the type of person who, like I say, you're lackluster. You're not an over performer. You're the type of person who, you give minimum effort and you expect maximum results. You don't go to practice, but you expect the championship. I was just telling my homeboy the other day, as great of a player as Allen Iverson was, he never won a championship. But when you look back at his attitude when it came to the sport, compared to the people who actually won championships, you can truly see why Allen Iverson never got the championship. It's like you can be good, but when you compete against somebody who makes it their passion. Now, if you know anything about passion, as far as sexual wise and being in that moment, the heat from that passion make a room steamy, man. And most people can't take that heat. Most people can't take that pressure. But you have players like Kobe who could. Jordan who could. It's certain players, Magic, Larry Bird, the greats, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they all could take that heat. But that's why I say, as a woman, if you looking at the relationship like, how can I be the best version of myself for this family? How can I be the best version of myself for this man? What do I have to do to be the best version of myself every day? I mean, going into it with that type of energy and attitude, you can have positive results in a relationship, in a marriage. But when you have, like I say, women who are entitled to a lifestyle that they did not help create, when you have those type of mentalities out here, it's hard for a man and a woman to come together and build anything. You got women who want men to build everything before they get with them, and then come through at the end when you got all your shit together, and then come back and find me. Like Steve Harvey did with his wife. See, me personally, I couldn't be that type of guy. Because mentally, in my mind, I'll never escape from the fact that you didn't want me in my building stage. You didn't really, and it has nothing to do with the building stages. You didn't want me before I became who I was destined to become. Now, what if men looked at women the same way? Where we just didn't want y'all until, okay, yup, you grew up into your fullest potential. Not just able to have babies, but you're grown, you able to have kids, you got a degree, you got your money right, you got everything you need to possibly help me as a man fulfill my purpose. And like I say, a real woman understands that. She understands her role in the relationship. My role is to help this man. My role is to be there for this man. In doing that, the reward of doing that is you have a man who's also there for you, who's also worried about you, who's also providing for you, protecting you, thinking about you. See, a man ain't supposed to be sitting back, like I say, chasing y'all and paying for shit to get time with y'all, or, you know what I'm saying, paying for sex from y'all, nothing. He ain't got time for that, man. As a man, you got to be on your purpose. You got to be on your grind. You don't got that much time. Even if you got 100 years, that still ain't a lot of time, man. Because you can sit around for 98 of them years, and then your last 2 years, you can't do shit. You too old to even try to do something. So you done wasted your young years. You done wasted all of that good energy. And it's what females do with these guys. They get with these no good niggas, waste all their good energy. Then they get with a guy that's trying to build and trying to get to the next level in life and possibly has some roadblocks. And it ain't always because of him. It's because of our environment. It's because of the government. It's because of a number of things. That's the point I'm trying to get y'all to see. A real woman understands that things happen in life. Now, do she agree? She may agree with everything. But like I say, it's about understanding, man. Being able to understand that life ain't fair, man. And life don't always work out the way we want it to work out. But that's the purpose of God giving man the woman. For woman to help that man also understand that, because at times he could, mentally get in his emotions, or, just get in his head. And then now you overthinking things and thinking about things that you shouldn't even be thinking about, because you got to stay focused on your purpose. A woman's role is to help you stay focused on that purpose. Stay focused on what it is you need to do to become the best version of you. If you're focused on making a woman the best version of herself, and your life ain't going the way it needs to go, then you understand why now your life ain't the way it's supposed to be. Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. A woman's purpose is to help the man. Now, she don't have to submit to nobody. But, like I say, you eventually meet a man that it's like he might have to pay you to help him. But like I say, for a man like me, that type of stuff ain't gonna work. I'm not going to pay you to help me do shit. You're going to come in and want to do these things, or I will find somebody that will do these things. And it don't matter about looks. It don't matter about height. It don't matter about none of that shit. See, men are different. We don't care about all that extra shit. A woman can have some ass in her face, and it ain't even gotta be, she ain't gotta be a 10. A nigga don't care about that. We care about a woman who understands the process of the progress. And she's gonna come in and do what she can do to help, inspire, motivate. You know what I'm saying? Massage some backs. You know, cook some food. Make a nigga feel good about the work he has put in, the purpose that he's trying to fulfill. She's gonna make him feel good about that mission. Knowing this journey could be a 30-year journey, it's like she's supposed to be in there encouraging him for 30 years. See, that costs nothing. It costs nothing to encourage a man. It costs nothing to tell him, you know what, stay on your mission. It costs nothing to tell somebody that. But what you have to understand is, at the end of the day, you can't allow a woman to change your purpose in life. You have to stay on that purpose. You have to find your purpose, and you have to stay on that purpose, man. And then as you're on your purpose, a woman will come in, or a woman will be on that path. As you're on that path, that straight and narrow path to your purpose, a woman might be on that path. Don't skip that woman. Don't overlook that sign in life. Looking for something that wants you to pay for her time, that wants you to pay for her respect, that wants you to pay for her to be in your life. Like they say, love don't cost a thing, man. It don't cost money. It costs, but it don't cost money, man. It may cost some time, some effort, but it don't cost no moolah. And if you gotta pay a broad for her to respect you, for her to give you some time, for her to talk to you, for anything, then you need to dump that broad, bro. You need to get rid of her. Let a whole nother nigga that understands what she wants do that. Because as a man, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be falling for this game and playing these games and jumping through these hoops for love and affection. Because at the end of the day, what can you possibly get from a woman? You know what I'm saying? Just think about, what can you get from a woman that you can't get from yourself? And those are the things that you need from her. Other than that, you can do everything else on your own. Don't ever confuse it with, you need this woman. No, that woman needs you and you need her. It ain't one-sided, man. Y'all need each other, but you need the right woman. You need the woman that's going to motivate and encourage you and help you with your process to get to this progress. You get what I'm saying? Because the process is long and hard, man. Everybody don't get lucky enough to hit the lottery, get a settlement, or, nothing like that. People struggle for years to get where they want to be. And messing with the wrong woman, man, you'll struggle for years and get where you want to be. And she'll take half of that shit. You feel me?